Thank you.
I am Lieutenant Chris Amsler. My last name is spelled Amsler. I'm the commanding officer of the Aurora Police Department traffic section.
And is Chris with a C?
Yes.
Thank you. Walk us through what you can tell us so far here.
Well, at around 2 this afternoon, one of our motorcycle enforcement officers was doing speed enforcement on northbound 225 right around Yale when he targeted a white BMW that was doing approximately 84 miles per hour in a 65 mile per hour zone up on the interstate. He pulled out to initiate a traffic stop to stop that vehicle for speeding when he noticed that the vehicle was trying to get away by driving onto the left-hand shoulder of the northbound lanes of the interstate. He then observed the vehicle then cross all 3 lanes of traffic to get off of the interstate here at Iliff Avenue and then go eastbound on Iliff Avenue right after he got off of I-225. When he approached the intersection here, we have this also all on video. The vehicle is seen running the red light, striking a red Civic that was making a left-hand turn from Blackhawk to go westbound on Iliff. He then struck the Honda Civic, which split the car into 2. The rear end of the Honda Civic then struck a 3rd vehicle that was stopped in the left-hand turn lane to go southbound on Blackhawk. And then there was a 4th vehicle that was stopped in the number 1 through lane for westbound Iliff Avenue. The rear end of that car struck the front of the car that was stopped. Our officer then arrived on scene about 30 seconds after the crash. He then was able to take both the driver and the passenger into custody without incident. They were cooperative when they were taken into custody. As a precaution, they were both transported to a local hospital where they're currently being treated.
Walk me through what will happen with the investigation this afternoon.
So we have our accident reconstruction folks out here today. So they have already actually completed their on-scene investigation with the physical evidence. So they've taken pictures. We've used a drone to use a device called the Pharaoh, which provides a 3D map of the crash scene. They've also pulled EDRs from the vehicles that were involved to determine speeds. And then what they will do is then take that physical evidence, the scans that they took from the drone and the Pharaoh device, and then they will reconstruct exactly what happened here today.
Anything in the vehicle of the suspect that we should know about? I know you said they were cooperative, but any idea why they sped off?
No, we don't know at this time. We do have detectives that are at the hospital. I'm not for sure whether or not they've done any interviews at this point, but no, I don't have a reason as to why they decided to not stop when that officer initiated a traffic stop.
Any idea that they were under the influence of anything?
At this time, we don't have any signs of indicia, but that is one thing that we are investigating at the hospital.
Would you like to convey the idea of maybe generally how bad of an idea it is to evade police, and especially in this situation, possibly an outcome of that? Talk about that a little bit.
Yes, unfortunately, this driver and what he did today took the life of a very young man. We're guessing, we haven't positively identified it, but he looks like he's in his 20s. And because this guy decided to drive recklessly and then run a stop sign and hit this vehicle, unfortunately someone lost their lives today because of his actions.
There's a fire department right here. They probably heard it and probably could have gotten here. How quick was their response, and is there anything that could have been done to potentially, I don't want to say save them, but they were here obviously pretty quickly?
Yeah, they were here, as soon as the accident happened, and unfortunately, as you can see, the intrusion into the vehicle was great, and unfortunately, there was nothing that they could do to save the driver's life.
Do you believe the driver's still going around that 84 miles an hour down Iliff as well?
I don't know at this point. That's one thing we'll be trying to determine with our reconstruction of the accident. That's one thing, the physical evidence, and we'll also be looking at the video evidence to analyze that video to try to determine his exact speed of when the accident happened.
Do you anticipate charges for the suspect vehicle?
Yes, at this point he'll definitely be charged with vehicular homicide.
You may have touched on it, but the condition of the 2 in the hospital, do we know just what they're labeled as?
My understanding is they were talking, they were conscious, so it sounds like they're more being taken to the hospital as a precaution to make sure that they're going to be okay.
There's McDonald's here, crosswalks, a lot of pedestrians. Not that I mean, one life is bad, but I mean, it could have been a lot worse, maybe.
It could have been a lot worse. Actually, in the fourth car, I was told there was a 4-year-old child that was inside of that car. So thankfully, no one in that car was hurt, and thankfully, no pedestrians that were, walking through the area were struck by any of the vehicle parts.
I know we're reiterating, but what's the main takeaway? What should people really remember from this crash today?
1, there are consequences to your action, and 2, speed kills. I mean, most of our accidents, a lot of our accidents are caused because people are just going too fast. If they would just slow down, that would give them more of a reaction time to actually be able to stop and avoid accidents. So slow down. We beg you to do that.
Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, sir.